Okay, I'm here with the Lagos captain, who captained for the national state championships. Am I correct? In
Right.
Edo,
Right.
2021. Let's talk about it. So, unfortunately, Lagos didn't achieve what they set out to achieve in the tournament. What were your expectations going into the tournament?
Our expectations are usually to win, and once we don the Lagos colours, we want to win. That was the mindset we went with. But it didn't come true at the end for various reasons. I'm sure we'll get into just now.
Okay. As captain, what do you think it takes to be a successful cricketing team?
I think first of all, discipline one, because it was evident in the tournament we went for. Right, I think players need to have that grit to fight and get through difficult situations. That's that. I think team unity, the ability to back each other up, right? Knowing that if it's this guy's day, everyone's gonna play around him. Everyone's gonna support, and then whatever happens, we'll back each other up, and then we'll lift ourselves up, even if it doesn't go as well as we want.
Okay. So, when did you come to understand there was a problem with the side, or things weren't going according to how you would want them to be going?
I think from the second game, I realized that I don't know what it was, but I just knew that there was a problem with the batting, right? Because our top guys, even from me, the way we're approaching the ball was totally, and the way we're getting out. The way we're getting out was, it wasn't. It's not. We're just giving out the wickets away. So I don't know. I didn't know what it was then. So, but I just knew we're gonna, struggle. Right. So that was it. The second game. Right. Yeah.
After the result, so you saw the players coming onto the field, Edo, celebrating. What were you feeling at that moment as they came into the field celebrating as if they'd won a World Cup? Because everyone wants to beat Lagos.
Right. So I think that first thing is I think that I felt really bad because no one wants to be on the losing side, right? But at the end of the day, it's cricket, and I know that we didn't have they apply themselves better, especially in some moments in the game.
Yes.
Right. Because I think the game is won in moments.
Yes.
Right. So I think that they did some basic things better. I think that they approached the ball better. I think that they played in phases. They understood the crack. They understood the conditions, and they actually adapted quickly to the conditions. So, and in tournaments like that, it's a team that actually gets there first.
One or two of the players have been disgruntled. The batsmen felt that the wicket or the pitch wasn't to their favour, but yet the opposition did well on the wickets, and obviously they played a final there as well. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that as a batsman, personally, I think that everyone is, no one's going to be happy to get out. So, so you try to find a reason, an excuse for whatever it is, things not going well for you. So, because, but it's something we actually have to work at, which I think maybe at some point affected us,
Yes.
and because we're not being honest with ourselves early enough. We weren't honest with ourselves early enough, and I think that what they should have said probably was that I think that the wicket actually exposed some lapses in our techniques and our approach to the game and our approach to batting itself and to the ball. So of course we've been playing here. We've been playing in the nets. It's an Astro Turf, so it comes quickly. And if you notice, it's either most of the wickets were giveaway because either you pop the ball up. So timing was a problem.
Yes.
Timing was a huge problem, right? So and I can say this because I was also affected. I had a run of, not so good scores, bad scores. So, but I take responsibility for that personally, and also I think that that's what we didn't do early enough. So when we started taking responsibility and knowing that, okay, we have a problem with batting here, okay, let us do as much as we can, get whatever runs we have on board, and then we get them to face, right? And then we bowl, because then our bowlers were on fire. So we know that, so we started realizing that whatever we do, we need to restrict teams as much as possible.
Yes.
So this was what we took into the plan. Unfortunately, in the National Men's Championship, I'd say that unfortunately, I don't want to say this is a game of luck, but I didn't win the toss anymore. I only won the toss once. So in all the games we fielded first.
Yes.
I'd wanted maybe a few games we had batted.
Yes.
Struggled, get whatever we can on the
And then let the bowlers have a go.
and then have a go with the bowlers. So, but it didn't work that way, and I can't say it's. I can't
say a toss of a coin is the reason why you lost.
Yeah, we can't say that.
But you would like to have had.
We would have liked to, because this was what we did in the festival.
Yes.
Which I think was actually a good deciding factor.
Yes.
So whatever we're getting, first thing is, so we have players that are not so batsmen that are not informed.
Yes.
Playing on wickets they don't have a clue about.
Yes.
So it's not the fact that the wicket is bad.
Yeah.
It's the fact that we're having problems adjusting to it, because we
mindset.
actually have, our mindset is conditioned to play one way.
Yes.
So this was a problem, and this was what. So now I'm chasing a figure. So the scoreboard pressure, the fact that you can't really understand what the pitch was doing as a batsman.
Yes.
And then the fact that the overs are going, and then you need to actually put runs on the board.
Yes.
So I think that's a bit was something that actually, that didn't give us a chance, right? But first of all, it's all on us.
You take responsibility.
Yeah, we have
accountability.
to. We have to.
So moving forward, backing Lagos, you're here at TBS today. What would you do? What changes would you make going forward for Lagos? Do you think it's time for some players to say goodbye and for new players to come in? Do you think it's a case of it was just a bad tournament? Because obviously you've come back and won the gold at the festival. What happens now?
Right. So I think that first it was a bad tournament, but also I think that it's something that maybe we actually also have to let people go also, because it's time. And so one of the major problems is we need to be able to understand when it's time to leave, right? And it's a challenge, especially for doing something you love to do, and you've done for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's time to go. When it's time to go, we need to know that. So there are a lot of guys that we need to let go.
Yes.
We need to bring in
Some new
17
players.
chaps.
Yes.
Right, and start getting them
Playing.
to play. And we actually need to start building a new team culture that is based on discipline.
Yes.
And grit.
Yes.
Right, and adapting to situations, taking responsibility and adapting to situations.
Yes.
So these are values I think that we lacked.
Yes.
In that tournament,
Which you will have possibly moving forward.
Yes, and I think that also it was something that we started exhibiting in the festival. Right, so we started backing each other up more, knowing that okay, if it's not a tournament, you just do what you can, try your best, get whatever runs we have, we back ourselves up and we field and try to win the game.
So for people watching, viewers who are supportive of Lagos and as captain, what's your message to them?
At first, we need to apologize to ourselves, because I think that we let ourselves down. This is not our standards. I think we are way better than this, and we actually need to start. Maybe for a while there, we thought that it was our bet try to win everything, right? But it looks like when we went there, we realized that the teams are doing things better. Teams were warming up better. Teams were approaching the ball better. Teams were approaching the game better.
So there's been progression.
So the teams have been progressing.
And Lagos has stagnated.
Stagnated.
Yeah.
So we need to know why, understand why, and then we also need to know going forward. We need to
come together,
work with the new generation.
Yes.
That we can start building such team culture with. So and not to get to other administrative issues, but our administrators also need to get things right in terms of
Equipment,
equipment, registrations. I think that we could have
with a
done
good
better.
administration helps the team.
Right.
So,
and,
yeah.
Also, I think that it wasn't so right that we didn't play on an outfield for over a year.
Yes.
And I think that it should be friendlies. It should be match practices.
Yes.
Because if we had had this,
Yes.
we would have been quick to know that okay, this is where the issues are.
So friendlies.
Friendlies. This is where the issues are. This is where we are not working. And this is where we need to work on.
Yes.
So they give us things like that. Give us an appraisal. We're able to quickly appraise ourselves.
Yes.
Know where we are not, where our shortcomings are.
Yes.
And know how to move forward.
Fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about grassroots cricket and cricket in schools. How important is it for Nigeria, for Lagos, and for club cricket that we get more young people playing cricket in?
Really, really, really important. Because that's where you run to when patches like this happen. You need to go back to grassroots. And if we've not done any investment, if you've not invested, if you've not
Yes.
done any grassroots development, then you're going to suffer. But the good thing is we have guys. They just came from under 17 before we went there.
Yes.
So I know that we have guys that can do the job. And to be honest with you, I think that, and I'm part of the team that went, I think that probably those boys could have done better. I think. So
I think it sounds to me that you're saying that some of those under 17 players probably could have done better than the players you had inside.
Than us, yeah. I think so.
Well, that's good. That's good for the future
Right.
of Lagos cricket.
Right, because thing is that a lot. I think that we just need to do that. It's very important. Secondary school cricket, primary school, because I started from primary school.
Yes.
Yeah, so I started from primary 6 and I played. And then some competitions, get them thinking.
Yeah.
Because there's no point going into schools and coaching them without competition.
Competition.
So competitions
Exactly.
help you know where you are.
Yes.
And then where you need to improve on.
Yes.
So competitions are very important. So
Yes.
and that's it.
Finally, from state to Nigeria, how big is the jump?
When you mean jump,
Like playing from Lagos to playing for Nigeria, how big is the jump from Lagos to Nigeria?
well, usually it never used to be that high.
Yeah.
But because you actually get a lot of quality players from Lagos.
Yes.
And previously there used to be like maybe 8 Lagos State players
Yeah.
in the national team or 9 Lagos State players in the national team.
But now,
now,
because of what Edo's done as well, and
right, because that men's champion was an eye opener for everyone.
Yes.
That we may not be seeing them, we may not be in the limelight. Excuse me, please. We may not be in the limelight, but
Yes.
those guys are doing things properly. Their coaches are investing time in them.
Yes.
And they are learning the proper way, the modern way to play cricket.
Yes.
Right, and this is very important. So the improvement needs to be everywhere. The improvement needs to be from the coaches, the
Yes.
players,
Yes.
the administrators.
Yes.
So we need to have a round table talk on how do we want to proceed. This was what we got wrong, and then we can't keep just going back to what we got wrong. It's time.
how we can move forward.
Yeah, how do we move forward? So this is very, very important.
A new era awaits.
Right.